Hi everyone, my name is Lina Shamaite. I'm from Northumbria University and I'm an international recruitment coordinator here for Europe. Thank you everyone for joining us. Hi everyone, my name is Lina Shamaite. I'm from Northumbria University. I have a few girls here with me that are current students here at Northumbria. So would you like to introduce yourselves?
Should I start?
Yeah.
Hello everyone, I'm Martina, I'm from Czech Republic and I'm currently studying marketing management here in Northumbria.
My name is Maria and I'm from Bulgaria. I'm studying design for industry, a first-year student.
Hi, my name is Paulina and I'm from Poland. I'm currently the first-year student of business with marketing management.
Great, it's nice to have you here. So I'm gonna jump into the presentation straight away. So you're gonna see a little bit more about Northumbria University. Let me just see if you can hear me. So if you can hear me, could you just write yes into the live chat section at the side, and I'll see if you can hear me. There is a little bit of a delay, so let me just take a moment. Okay, we got a comment here that is working perfectly, so that's good to know. So as I said, I'm gonna jump into the presentation now. So sorry, this is gonna look a little bit weird, so just bear with me. Okay, so why choose Northumbria University? This is what we're gonna cover. Hopefully not too long. So here we go. So as I said, my name is Lina, and I'm from Lithuania myself. And I studied in the UK a few years ago. I started my studies here in England, and it was the best decision I've ever made in my life. So I'm just really happy to be doing this job now, where I can share my experience with you guys and answer your questions and encourage you to take this step and move abroad to study. So I'm going to start with a short video, just so you would see what it is like to be a student here at Northumbria. This is made by one of our students. Okay, so I hope you like the video. It just gives you a bit of a feel of what it's like to be here on campus and study here at Northumbria University. And this is Northumbria University in numbers. So we are one of the largest universities in the northeast of England. We have 34,000 students on campus, and they come from over 130 countries, which is amazing. You get to meet people from all over the world when you study here. It's a really global, international university. Out of those 34 students, 4,000 are international, so quite a large number as well. We are based in the city center, so everything's really close to anything that you need, which is great. And we have 4 academic faculties. We have over 200 study programs, so whatever you want to study, chances are high that we have that program for you. And just a bit of rankings for you. We have been shortlisted for University of the Year in 2017, and we usually attract European students because we offer great student experience. We've been renowned for that. and we have great facilities, and we do really focus on preparing you for your future employment, because that's why you come to the university, right? So just again, why European students choose Northumbria. This is based on conversations we have with students from Europe, and they usually mention these three main aspects of why they choose Northumbria. So it's the location, employability, and great student experience. So let's start with location. Again, we're going to show you a short video. Again, just it's nicer to see it than for me to talk about it, right? So here we go. Okay, so here's our city of Newcastle upon Tyne. As you can see, there's so many different things that you can do, and I always hear it from our students, even those that only came here for an exchange program for a semester or a few weeks in summer. They always say, like, I just fell in love with Newcastle and I want to come back. So that's definitely positive. And we are often voted as UK's best student city. And it might be because we have 1 in 6 student population. So every sixth person in a city is a student. So it's really young and lively and vibrant. We are one of the top 20 safest UK universities. So Newcastle is definitely safe. But safe doesn't mean boring, because we're #1 in the UK for nightlife. So you probably knew this before, because we're quite well known for that. So there's always something happening in the city. But even if you're not into nightlife, there's loads of things that you can see around and in Newcastle. I'll share a couple of my favorites. Definitely Newcastle Quayside. We're known as City of Bridges. We have 7 bridges crossing the River Tyne. So Tyne is the river that Newcastle has in the city center, just running through. So it's a really beautiful spot, and it's definitely a must-see if you're a student here. Also, for those of you that like Harry Potter, you might recognize this castle. This is where they filmed Harry Potter. Again, not too far from Newcastle, so if you're a student here, you can have a look at it. And definitely my top favorite is Tynemouth. Last summer, I spent most of my weekends there because we had a beautiful summer. And I know it sounds a bit crazy, but I even swam in that sea, which I never thought is going to be possible here in England. But yeah, so this one is just 20 minutes away from campus on a metro. So I love it. So as you can see already, that Newcastle is really well connected with the rest of the world. We have an international airport with direct flights with most of the European capitals, and we're not too far from London as well. It's only a bit less than 3 hours on a direct plane. So just coming back home to your countries or just traveling around Europe or the rest of the world is really easy. Also, have to mention that we are often voted as one of the most affordable places for students. And this is just a bit of a breakdown of how much things cost. So you can see that you can really save a lot more money here, living here, than in other places in Newcastle. Another reason of why students choose us is because we really do focus on getting you prepared for your future careers. And some of the ways we do that is by ensuring that all of our courses have that practical element in them. We do that by having real companies come in and give you project briefs. So you have that, you can see what companies require for students, what kind of projects you would be working on in the future. So that's definitely really beneficial for your future. And we have industry standard facilities. We recently invested over £5 million and we opened 2 brand new buildings just this September. So it's really fantastic and just really modern. We have partnerships with over 560 businesses. Once again, this is beneficial if you want to do a placement or work with either one of them during internships. We are accredited by over 60 professional bodies. What this means is that we have that stamp of approval by the professional bodies that are relevant to your study program, which means that getting a job after your graduation will be a lot easier for you. And if you do want to find a job during your studies, a part-time job or work in summer, we have an award-winning careers department that can help you with your CVs and applications and any other similar things. We have a business clinic and student law office, which we're really proud of. This is something quite unique, and me, myself, when I came to England, I was quite impressed that things like that are offered in universities, that the business clinic and the student law office, they offer students an opportunity to act on behalf of clients as part of their studies. So it's, again, a really great opportunity to get practical experience while still being a student. And a lot of people that are thinking about studies abroad are wondering if it's possible to see other countries while you're studying, or once again, get that practical experience. So you see here some pictures from our students that did go abroad and enjoy their time. So you can see some of those photos here. And you can see that we send students all over the world. So in Europe and outside Europe. We had a girl that went to Fiji a few years ago. That's an awesome destination to go to do a placement or study abroad. You see we have Spain, Lithuania, Netherlands. USA is always a popular choice, even New Zealand. So there's a lot of opportunities for you. And talking about your future, you see some logos here. So these are the companies that we had students either do their placements in, or they ended up working with these companies. Had a student that started his career with Reebok as a designer and then moved into Nike. We had a girl that worked at Calvin Klein and Tommy Hilfiger. So our graduates do quite well, and this could be you as well. Our employability rate is 94%, but it is quite a bit higher for some other courses, even though 94 is still quite impressive, isn't it? So, and we're once again 9th in the UK for professional employment. And this just again proves the point that we do really take it seriously, that you're here to get to your dream job and prepare for that future that you aspire to have. And these are some living proofs of the successes and of how we prepare you for your future. So all of these people studied at Northumbria at one point or another. The guy here on the left, Sir Jonathan Ive, you might not recognize him, but you will know his work. He studied industry for design here at Northumbria, and he's a designer for Apple, and he's responsible for a MacBook. Warren Treservant, he works with Pixar as an animator. Victoria Pendleton, she's a gold medal winner for the UK, and she studied here as well. And Neil Marshall, we're all really grateful for him because he's the director of some of the episodes of Game of Thrones. So yeah, so these are the people that study here, so this could be you. And lastly, about great student experience, another reason to choose Northumbria, because you come here to study for a few years or 1 year if you're doing a master's, we want to make sure that you have a great experience. So one way to do that is by ensuring that you live in a nice accommodation. So we're in top 3 in the UK for that, and all of our accommodation is within walking distance from the city center. So you can wait, you can sleep until the very last minute and still make it to your classes, because some of the accommodations are 3 or 5 minutes from where your studies, like from where your lectures will be. We have loads of options, 5,000 study bedrooms, different offers. We have some where you can share the bathroom and kitchen, and some studios where everything is by yourself. But one thing is certain, that you never have to share your bedroom. That's yours. And we have 24-hour security on campus, so if you lose your key, we're here for you to help you out. Also, just again, to reiterate how affordable Newcastle is. So our prices for accommodation start for £70 per week. Depending on what you choose, it can be a little bit more expensive. But if you compare the prices with London, so this is a real listing from rightmove.co.uk. So you see that living in Newcastle for a month costs almost the same as living in London for a week. So Newcastle is 4 times more affordable than London, which is great because we all like to save money, right? And sport, another big part of university. We have a lot of sport clubs that you can join. I don't remember the exact number, but I believe we have over 100 different sport clubs that you can join, different levels as well. We have a climbing wall and swimming pool, fantastic facilities that are available to you as a student. And another great aspect that you would have access to, another service that you could have access to if you're our student, is Northumbria Students' Union, which is there to make sure that your life here as a student is as enjoyable as possible. So it all starts with Freshers Week, which is an amazing opportunity for you to make friends and just settle in a little bit, to get familiar with the city. We have fairs where you can, and events where you can join, where you can meet other students as well. And we also have over 100 student societies. So this is a group of students that have similar interests to you. We have loads of different ones. So cultural, academic, special interest ones. So to name a few, so dance, DJ, film, travel, rock, yoga. We even have a meme society. So there's something for everyone. And if something goes wrong, hopefully it won't, but it's just nice to know that we do have student support and well-being office that's always going to be there for you to hold your hand, give you a hug, or just help you with anything that you like. Let's talk money. We have some scholarships available for you, which we're really proud to offer. To encourage your academic excellence, we offer £2,000 scholarships for those that do incredibly well in their studies. So if you meet STEP academic requirements, which are going to be different for every country, so it's depending on what qualifications you have, if you go on that link, I know it's a little bit long, but if you email us, I'll have an email address at the end. I can send you that link as well, so you can see the requirements. If you meet that requirement, you are automatically given the scholarship, so you don't even need to apply separately, so it's really convenient for you. So we want to encourage you doing well at academically. So, and you can use that money on anything you want. So this is not a discount on your fees. This is additional money that you can spend on your living costs or lifestyle. And just to get you start thinking about your next steps, it's quite a long journey, but you're halfway there now. So majority of you should be on step 5 or 6 at the moment, depending on when you applied to the university. And when you receive the offers from all your universities that you applied to. The majority of you should be either on step 5 or 6, so choosing your accommodation and making your choices. So after that, as you can see, you're gonna be waiting to receive your results, your exam results. and then the enrolling online, and then you can use our meet and greet service, which is a free service that picks you up from the airport and takes you to our accommodation. And then you're welcome here at Northumbria. But if you do have any questions at all, feel free to contact us on that email address that you can see at the bottom, which is eurecruitment@northumbria.ac.uk. So hopefully that answers all of your questions. So I'm gonna change it back so you can see our faces again. Just bear with me. Here we go. So hi again. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start answering your questions. So I know it's a little bit daunting at the beginning, but feel free to put any questions that you have in the chat, live chat section next to your screen on which you're watching us. So I'm just gonna see if we have any questions. So we don't have any questions at the moment, which is okay. So we're just gonna start it off by reading out some questions that we received previously from you guys. So I'd like for you guys to answer, what made you choose Northumbria? How did you make your decision to come and study here in the UK?
Yeah, so
You can start.
yeah. So I always wanted to study abroad and preferred England because I get my English up, my language skills. And when I was choosing a city, I fell in love with Newcastle. I really like the city, and the university is very, very nice. So that's basically the main reasons why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just improving your English and just
English and the course as well. I love that I can choose from so many courses, and I chose marketing management, and I'm really enjoying that.
Okay. Any other reasons?
Well, to me it was the course, because I knew I wanted to study design, so I had applied to a few courses: product design, industrial design. But actually, there are very few places that offer industrial design, and Northumbria was one of them. So it was my firm choice because the course was really like high rated, and I really liked the program and everything about it. So that was it for me.
Great to hear.
Yeah, in my case, when I was choosing university, I knew that I want to be a business person. So when I see that Northumbria has a business clinic, it was very important for me because getting experience is such a good thing for our future. So a business clinic is a perfect place to do so. So that's the main reason for me.
Great to know. It's nice to see that you took that opportunity to use our business clinic service, or that you're choosing that in the future, right? Great. So a lot of different reasons. I chose my university quite similarly as well. It's great to know that you have that practical experience, that the course is structured in a great way, and yeah, you do really improve your English. So if any of you are nervous about your English skills, we always get students, I always get students asking me, like, how long does it take you to get used to everything being in English, to being taught in English? For me personally, it took maybe like a few months, maybe a bit less. I'm not entirely, it's hard to say the exact point, but how did you guys feel about that?
I think that academic English is really easy to understand, but people from Newcastle, that's a bit harder. But you get used to it. I'd say it was a few weeks maybe for me.
It all depends from how much time you spend with people speaking English, and how brave you are to speak with them. And I think the hardest part in learning was writing assessments, personally for me. But when you really want to do it, I think it's not that hard. And I think few months was the worst part of it.
The most challenging one, yeah.
Yeah, it was challenging, but if you really want to improve your English, so that's really to do. It's possible.
Yeah, and there's quite a lot of support, or did you feel like you use any of career service facilities to help you with that? with like support with your like language and assessments?
I didn't really use it. I felt kind of comfortable with my assignments, but I used the career service for my CV.
Mhm.
That was not useful.
I think we received I think we received a question. So can each of the girls tell us about why they chose Northumbria? So we covered that. So there was a variety of reasons. The courses, the practical experience in the city.
Yeah, I feel really supported here at uni. At Northumbria.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. That's great to hear. I'll go to the next question that we received previously. So when you first got here, what was your impression of Newcastle?
My first impression was that the city never sleeps. Yeah, it's a lot of things to do. If you're a party person, you can go and find parties everywhere. Or if you're a calm person, you can go to the seaside, which is really, really accessible to go. So there's everything for everyone. So this city is, I think, the perfect place for students.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Great, yeah.
I first came here last summer in June for a visit because I had missed the open day, so I contacted Kirsty, I believe, yeah, her, and she arranged like personal tour for me. So they were quite helpful and nice. I stayed here for a few days with my parents and had the chance to do like a lot of sightseeing, which I love. So I was really liked the city. It was quite interesting, and I enjoyed like the walls, the museums, the castle, cathedral, really to that kind of thing.
Yes, there's definitely a lot of things to see
Yeah.
around Newcastle. And any of you watching as well, if you're visiting England or Newcastle, you can just drop us an email at aurecruitment@northumbria.ac.uk, and we're going to be more than happy to arrange a private tour on campus and maybe even arrange it so that you can meet the academics as well that are relevant to your course. So we would be more than happy to welcome you and show you around so you could see everything with your own eyes.
Yeah, so if you miss the open day, don't panic. You can still get like an inside tour. That's how I got one, and it was really nice and helpful to see like everything around.
And what was your first impression of Newcastle?
Our first impression of Newcastle, definitely the clubs. The city was like full of people at nights out. And I love the architecture here, so the buildings are very nice. And the quayside, just perfect place to relax, and like cozy cafes all around the city. That's really nice. As well close to my accommodation when they do stand-up comedies. So I like that a lot. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely so many things that you can do. I think escape rooms are popular now as well, and we have one here. I think not one, but a few. So lots of different options. I think we have another question. How did the girls find understanding the Geordie accent? I think we briefly covered that. But do you want to share your views on that again, if you like?
It's very specific. You need to get used to it, to try to understand and ask people if you don't understand some words, because the words are different. You need to ask, could you repeat, or sorry, I don't understand. Could you please tell it in different words? And people are really helpful, and they understand that you're not Geordie, so.
I didn't really have problems with that. One of my flatmates is from Gateshead, so like when you talk to them like a Geordie person like every day, and you get used to it quite quickly, so didn't really have trouble with that.
That's good. I found that when I was a student back in the day, I spent majority of my days in my first semester of being in England with other international students. So you do feel that there's other people that are going through the same thing. You are struggling with understanding everyone. You can warm up talking in English with them. And we do have a lot of international students here from Europe and from all around the world. So over 4,000 people that are going through the same thing.
Yeah.
So you can.
You're not alone.
Yeah. That's always good to know. Another question. What do you think of the weather here in the north?
Well, I don't know, I'm from a country which I'm used to having like winter with lots of snow and summer with a lot of sun. So like here in England, it's like spring, autumn all the time to me compared to what I'm used to. So it's like there's not real winter, but it's not real summer either. It's more like kind of constant most of the time. I mean, it's a bit cold in winter, obviously, but there's not really much of an amplitude in temperatures.
It's a bit less of that seasonality.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It's a bit windy here.
Yeah, I think you get that usually when you're on the coast. Yeah. But I was surprised because it doesn't rain here as often as they show England in films.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, people say it always rains here, but it doesn't.
That's not true.
Yeah, my flatmate who's from here, she told me, oh no, here it doesn't rain quite often. It's like mostly the wind.
And the weather is quite surprising because it can be raining for the whole day and then the sun immediately, and then it starts raining again. So you never can be prepared for the weather.
But like the rain here is not like showers. It's more like it's drizzling. I've never seen like proper rain, like the ones we have at home in the summer, for example. So
yeah. So there's definitely that you can experience all the 4 seasons in one day, but it never gets super extreme. Right?
Yeah, there's no extremes.
Okay, so we'll go on to the next question. So have you found Northumbria and Newcastle? So have you found Newcastle to be affordable as a city compared to other cities you've traveled around and had the opportunity to compare it?
When I was looking at my choices of universities, I found that Northumbria was the most affordable. I got accommodation for £99 a week, which is, I think, for me, it's really nice price. And everything like food isn't as expensive as I might have thought, and basically it's affordable for me.
I haven't traveled around much, but I have lots of friends like in different cities, London, Bournemouth, and they pay like twice the price per week for accommodation. So I was quite surprised, like, and them as well, like how you pay so little, because they have to pay like I think £200 per week in London, which is quite a lot.
For us, when we get used to these prices, it's a bit shocking.
Yeah, it's like definitely better than the rest of the, like at least the friends I've heard from.
Great.
There's another question.
Okay. Is it easy to get around Newcastle and the northeast?
It's pretty easy. I think everything is walking distance here in Newcastle. The beach is just a few minutes, like a metro. Quayside is just walkable as well. And if you travel outside of Newcastle, it's really good train connections. So everything's like Edinburgh, for example, is half an hour or hour and a half away, not half an hour. And New York is pretty close.
What's the most important for international students? I think we've got an airport really close to Newcastle. You can travel there by metro, so I think that's a really important thing about Newcastle.
Yeah.
If you get an accommodation which is close to uni, like I don't think you use the public transport much, because my accommodation is like 5 minutes from the uni and another 5 from the city center. So I think I've been on the public transport like 5 times since I've been in England. So like to the airport and back mostly, and to a few times to the coast. So I really like that, because I really don't like public transport and crowds. So I enjoy walking quite a lot. So
that's the next reason why Newcastle is very affordable, because you can go everywhere by foot.
Especially as the city, especially as the campus is in the city.
Yeah. I mean, there are like neighborhoods that are far, but I've never really been there, because I don't know, I haven't had a reason to be there. So yeah, like kind of everything I need personally, it's close.
Yeah, because everything you need is here.
Yeah, and all the clubs and shops and restaurants, and if you want to go have fun, like all the places are in the city center, so you shouldn't have to worry about transport, and at least it's like that for me.
what I find quite surprising was how cheap taxis here are.
Mm.
It's like, I thought it was going to be much more expensive, so in the winter when I go clubbing, it's good to take a taxi back.
Great. And what do you guys think of student accommodation? You want to share about what accommodation you used in your first year, how you found it, and
I wanted to live together with my boyfriend, and we were looking for a studio.
Mm.
And in Northumbria, we found 2 student accommodation which offered studios, and we decided to get one, and we are really happy with it because we've got our own kitchen, we've got a bathroom, and we don't have to share with anyone, and it's really affordable. So I think the student accommodation here are really good.
Mhm.
I found mine from the uni website. It's Portland Green, so
Yeah, the same
here's
one.
yeah. So I'm quite happy. They're amazing, always helpful. Like when you need anything to be fixed or some assistant. Like today, I had a problem. My shower got clogged, so I just went there and asked, "Can somebody please help me? It's kind of urgent." And they came like 10 minutes later to fix it for me. And so like I think it's in the other accommodations the same as well. They really do their best to help you. And also they have a lot of social events, so like quiz nights, movie nights and stuff like that for like people to gather together and encourage them to be social, which is nice as well.
Yes, I'm staying in Portland Green as well, basically the same. I've got a room for my own. I've got my own bathroom and I only share the kitchen and living room with my flatmates. Yeah,
Which building are you in?
I'm in also close.
I'm Bryson.
I think the student accommodations for the first year students are a really good choice because you have nothing more to worry about.
Yeah, the best thing about accommodation is that you have all your bills included, because if you choose to live, like to rent a flat, you have to deal with bills like for water, electricity, internet, and all that, which I think for a first year student, you really shouldn't, like it would be better if you don't have to bother about that. Yeah.
And you get to meet lots of new people in halls.
Yeah.
You went straight to a flat, you can get the chance, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I lived with girls from all different countries in my first year, and we all cooked together. So I had the chance to eat meals from different parts of the world. So that's always exciting as well. So you get that if you live in.
I live with 4 English boys, so I don't really get that.
How many of you are there? 5 people?
There's 6 of us. There's my best friend from Czech and 4 English
All right.
boys.
Also, you booked together.
Yeah, we booked together.
Oh, that's nice.
Great. And what you can do when you choose accommodation, if you choose to live at Northumbria University, one great thing that we offer is that you can, obviously when you choose your building, you can choose which floor you're going to be on. And then once you choose your floor, you get a floor plan and you can choose which bedroom you're going to be in. And then they show you whether you're going to be living with girls or guys. And I think they show you whether they're undergraduate or postgraduate students, and they show their nationality. So you feel like you're not moving in with complete strangers. You have a bit of information about them, which students find really useful from what I've heard from them. So that's one thing we offer. And I think we got another question. Have you done any sightseeing in the Northeast? Any places you could recommend to the new students to go and see? So I think we briefly mentioned that.
Yeah,
but
I think the
any other
quayside
ones?
and the
Yeah.
7 bridges are really worth to see. It's quite near to the city center. So I think everyone should see, especially at the night time when they're really looking really nice.
Definitely the time with the beach there.
Yeah.
It's just really nice for like a day trip and fish and chips. That's really nice. And also I've been to Durham.
Yeah.
That's really nice, like small city, but really nice short trip. It's good.
I think we have a lights festival sometime in autumn as well in Durham. So nice. It's beautiful to see as well.
In Newcastle, I really liked the cathedral and also the castle. The castle is like a nice museum. I was impressed when I went there because, all the museums where you have signs that don't touch this, don't touch that. and the museum inside the castle was touch here, open that, and you're like, it was very interactive. Like you had signs, open this. You could. There was this big room where you could open all the cupboards. Like there were signs on the mirror, on sheets, and it was really interesting and interactive. There's also the Angel of the North and the coast, which are a short distance from Newcastle. And the other thing, I went to a trip to Lindisfarne, which is like the Viking island, with my boyfriend a few, like no, a month ago, maybe no, 2 months ago, and it was quite nice. It was actually organized by a student who graduated from here. He now has a like a tour agency, and he does trips for students, which was really nice. That was my first trip actually. It was lovely. So especially if you're like into Viking things, check it out. Yeah, it was like the history was interesting, and the way it was presented to us, like the guide was with this costume, and it was so kind of engaging, not just someone reading out some history.
Yeah. I know that Students' Union organizes Fast Friends trips around the UK as well. That's a really great way to see the UK, because they offer better prices than if you would organize it by yourself. And you go with other students as well, another great way to meet people that like to travel. So if you're one of those, you can check that out as well, Fast Friends.
I've heard about it. I still have to do it, yeah.
Okay, so I have another question that we received prior to this. How easy did you find it to make friends? I think that's something we all, like, everyone worries about. Did you guys go to Freshers Week or anything?
Yeah, during the Fresher Weeks, you can go to many events where you can meet people. So definitely the union or the student union has these events on where you can meet international people as well. So I met international people in my class. I talked with them mainly, but also like English people as well, and also people from halls, from like the accommodation. That's the main group of friends you make really quickly.
Well, I actually missed Freshers Week because I missed one of my flights, so I arrived I think 2 days later. I missed Freshers Weekend, and I was so tired that I didn't go to any of the events. But I caught up later. Like I found some friends from my accommodation. Then I found many Bulgarian people, because there's like I knew some of them I knew some of them like on Facebook, which I met when I came, and also they got me to contact with like a bigger community. There are students from Newcastle Uni, from Sunderland, so there's one big group which is a really nice people. So to be fair, I go out mostly with other Bulgarian people. Like I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I like the international community and meeting different people, but to me it's also important, like being in touch with your own culture and background, because I miss home quite a lot. So that's one of my ways of coping with that.
Yeah, and even if you're another party person and you don't want to go to Freshers Week, there's a lot of teamwork at the uni, so it's easy to make friends working together during the different projects. So you need to contact with them, discussing different things connected to your project. So it's easy to make friends even in this way.
Yeah, so there's a lot of opportunities, and everyone's going to do the same thing. Even people from the UK, they often move from different cities to come and study at Northumbria. So they sometimes feel like, oh, I'm not going to make friends as well. So it's nice to know that everyone's going through the same thing.
Yeah, it's like in my course, most of the people are from most of the people are from other cities, like the English people, so they have like the same problems, not problems, but experiences with accommodation and all that. So kind of everyone's has the same. Yeah.
Let me see if we have any more questions. Okay, so Okay, so I think we went through the questions that we have right now. So do you guys have any advice to anyone that's thinking about studying here at Northumbria, or maybe they made their choice already? Is there anything that you would recommend?
I would just say don't be scared. Just go for it and do it because it's a really good experience. You'll make loads of new friends, meet international people, make connections from all over the world, and I also love how practical studying here it is. So yeah, just go for it.
There's a lot of international students, so you're never be alone. And there's a lot of people that have similar problems, similar experience to yours. So you always have a friend to talk to. And there's a lot of international students that you can share it with. So, and everyone here at university is here to help you, even tutors or different teams. So you're not alone, and you will never be when you're studying in Northumbria.
Yeah, I think that's it pretty much.
Okay, so okay, we have one more question. Are the girls pleased with their choices of Northumbria?
I think I couldn't make a better decision. I'm not regretting anything I've done, and I'm just enjoying it.
Yeah, I enjoy my course quite a lot, and I feel that like once I started a course and saw what we're doing, and I really felt that like I've been waiting my whole life to be able to do this, which was quite nice. And also like once I met some nice people and started making friends, I really started to feel more comfortable and like everything is coming to place, kind of getting sorted.
Yeah.
It's the best city for students, so people who choose Newcastle as the best student for a best city for students must have their reasons. So it's a really good place, and Northumbria is a really good university, especially when it comes to the quality of learning. So, for example, me, I'm really happy with the decision that I'm here, the course that I chose. So I'm really glad to be here and to help other students right now.
Great.
Something to add would be that the city feels really safe as well. Newcastle.
Yeah, that's good. Great. Okay, so I think that's a really nice way to end it on a positive note. So if you guys have any questions at all, and if you think of sending them, if you think of any questions after this, so feel free to send them to eurecruitment@northumbria.ac.uk. We're gonna pick them up and reply to you personally. So feel free to do that. So thank you so much for watching, and have a nice weekend.